leg day. So today's focus is unilateral focus. So everything that we're going to be doing is all going to be a single leg movement where we're working on muscle imbalances. And it's that week where we kind of go easy on the weight and we focus more on technique and doing movements that challenge your stability, you know, working through different variations that challenges our muscle where we're going through a more deeper range of motion. So we're doing a lot of end range work to kind of improve the strength in our connective tissues and stuff like that, taking our body past the normal range of motion that we would when we do a regular leg day. So today, that's basically what it is. Unilateral focus leg day, focus on weaknesses, imbalances, core strength, you know, stuff that helps keep the hip healthy and things like that. So that's the focus today. So with that said, we're gonna be starting out with some deficit zombie split squats here. And that's how we're gonna start the day off, all right? These are gonna be extremely challenging. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, this setup is very elaborate. Let's go. Whew. And we won't be going too heavy. We're just focusing on this volume with these. So we just did 10 on that one there. Give yourself about a 30-second rest in between sides because of the front rack position, your breathing is slightly affected, so you might need a few extra seconds between sides to make sure that your quality of your reps don't drop off from side to side because you didn't get enough rest, right? Whew. Yeah. Yeah, these are much harder than doing regular squats. Because with these, it's not so much about just brute strength. There's the coordination, the balance, you know, proper core engagement. And again, because the range of motion that we're going to, because these are deficit variation, now because we're going through an end range, we're kind of working the muscle in different joint angles that we're not accustomed to working on a regular basis. So it's going to be a lot more challenging. And that's why it's maintenance work. And that's why doing these type of days sets you up nicely for when you go back to doing your max effort leg days. And that's what I've been finding has been working significantly great for me to continue to improve my back and my front squats. So I'm gonna see if I can challenge myself. So on the first set, I got 10 reps each leg. I'm gonna try and go up in reps each leg. I'll get more tired. All right, so I really want to challenge myself mentally and physically, because normally you pyramid down, but I want to see how much I can push myself on. I know this seems very simple, but again, because it's a deficit, again, going to the end range, it's actually extremely, extremely challenging, right? And I think that sometimes when it comes to, especially if you're a younger lifter in the gym, I think sometimes you guys equate quality to the amount of weight you have on the bar, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can possibly make, right? Because doing the small things, the simple things well, is what sets you up to be able to do those big heavy weights. Because here's the thing, the small simple things, you should be you should, if you look at it percentage wise, you should be doing the small simple things at least 70 to 80% of the times, and then the big heavy weights that you guys are trying to move, those should be like 20% or less of the times, right? So with that said, it goes to show you that doing stuff like this to help with maintenance, keeping your joints healthy, having as much mobility as you can and things like that is the most important to kind of set you up well for that 20% of the times where you're trying to move extremely heavy weight, right? So learn to do the simple things well. So, try and get 12 here. Whew. Whoa. You guys can see that one hurt. That was more challenging. So it's so annoying with the way my body works. Cause I started off with my left leg because when I warmed up, it felt weaker. But as I went along, my left started feeling easier than my right. So my last set, I'm gonna rest a few extra minutes so my right leg can recover. And I'm gonna start with my right leg because on that set, the right leg felt significantly more challenging. So we're gonna start with it. All right, so the goal is 15 here. So I finished with my right leg the last set, but like I said, this time I'm starting with it because on the last set, it felt easier. Excuse me, it felt harder. So, and unilateral work is all about doing your weak side first. So that's what we're doing. almost passed out. My leg almost gave out. Holy. Oh my God. Yo. I almost collapsed. My legs almost gave out. And I got so dizzy that I almost fell over. The only reason why I didn't collapse there or give out is because once that set in where your body shut down, you know, you can either choose to give into it and let it take over your body, or you can just kind of just like bite your tongue down and kind of just say, screw this, and push to overcome it. And that's one of those things in the gym that, if you want to work on your mental toughness, you have to experience more of those moments where legs on the verge of giving out, but whatever muscle group you're working on is on the verge of giving out. And you just said, nah, you know, like, let the mental know that, let the physical know that the mental controls the physical, you know what I'm saying? Don't let your physical determine how far you can push yourself. Obviously, there's limits to it, but when you're trying to force your body to adapt, the physical is going to run out first, and the mental is going to have to override the physical, telling the body no. And that's how you improve your mind-muscle connection. That's how you get mentally tougher, mentally more resilient. And that's a big part of maturity in the gym and evolving in the gym. But like, I feel nauseous as hell after that one. Oh my God. Still have my left leg to do though. My legs look like tree trunks right now. I can't even flex them. They're just one big blob. Last set of these. As long as I don't pass out on this set, I'll be happy. Because the way I'm feeling right now, whew, feels like it could happen, but let's go. Yo, the hardest part is on the last rep when you have to go down and come all the way up to finish. Holy crap. Anyways, now we're gonna touch the hamstring a little bit and do one more movement after that, and that's it. Only one movement so far, and this leg day is a 10 out of 10. It's supposed to be an easy day, but damn, it feels harder than my hard days, bro. Whew. All right, so this is already a variation that we're doing. It's a little bit tricky, it requires some stability, but you can do this where the stability factor is not in there to get better emphasis, but I want to get the stability as well too. So the variation that we're doing is to kind of bias and emphasize your adductor, mangus, your two of your major hamstring muscles. So your semitendinosus and semimembranosus. So the semitendinosus is more so the hamstring muscle that sits towards more so the inside, going towards your adductors. And then it attach down on the inside of your knee. Similarly with the membranosus, it sits a little bit lower than the semitendinosus muscle. It sits a little bit lower, but again, it attaches to the inside of the knee, right? So if you want to, when you flex your quads to kind of help with a better inner thigh sweep, you want to emphasize the muscle so you can get a more full look inside the adductor area, inside here. So if you can bias those movements by switching your leg position, that's one way to kind of help with the sweep, those three muscles that I mentioned. And this variation targets those. Now, if you want to work on a better outer quad sweep, that's more so, again, the bicep femoris, so the hamstring muscle that sits towards the middle and towards the outside of the knee, and then also your vastus lateralis, right? So all those muscles attach towards the eyes, those muscles attach towards the outside of the knee. So if you want to get a better outer quad sweep, you want to try and bias those as much as possible. And then vice versa, what I mentioned before, right? The semitendinosus and the semimembranosus and your adductor magnus, those kind of help to give you a nice inner quad sweep when you flex. So that's what we're trying to bias here with this movement right here. Again, you can do this to get more muscle activation with this. You want to use something for support. But again, I'm not using support, so it's harder. So because again, I'm getting a lot of stability out of it. So if you want just muscle growth, use something to help take the stability component. Yeah. There we go. It's my last set of these. We're just gonna finish off this workout with some squat walks here. All right. these squat walks, very challenging. Really test your strength, man. Goddamn.